Jimmy woke up one morning and he laid there on his bed thinking about life, like many of us do. Then he started thinking about the past and remembered how beautiful life was when he was an 8-year-old boy, waiting eagerly for SpongeBob to appear on TV, and somehow he thought to himself, wouldn't it be fun if I could just turn back the time? The past is always better, thought Jimmy. Quality times, with friends, always happy, always excited going to the beach, going to the mall, playing at the playground. But now, it all seems bland, at least for Jimmy. Everything seems great about the past, even the most boring Sundays. Wait, what? Boring? Oh yeah, Jimmy remembers now. It was boring. The TV was super boring, and Jimmy would always sit there, agonizingly waiting for the cartoons. It was not great. But why does it feel so good? Jimmy always thinks that it is similar to sitting on a sofa, drinking hot chocolate, watching the unforgiving cold weather outside, safe from the cold, just like the memories. Sometimes we feel good even when we're completely devastated during the times we're reminiscing, because we know we're in a better place. Jimmy remembers how horrible the third semester of college was for him, but when he tried to remember it, he views it through glasses tinted with rose. Everything was beautiful, even the most horrible thing that he's gone through. It's bittersweet. Well, what happened there? Many people find comfort in remembering and living the past, and many of them feel that the world is getting worse. Things aren't what they used to be. It's a common expression. But the notion of things getting worse isn't exclusive to us. The ancient Athens felt the same way, seeing themselves declining away from the mythical golden age. Rosy retrospection makes people believe that the pasts are happier than they actually were, also seen as nostalgia, and Declinism is a belief that everything is declining: the quality of life, the morals of the people, or the youth of today. Rosy retrospection and declinism are closely related, since seeing the past as something better can make the present and the future to appear worse. Why do we experience them? Rosy retrospection occurs because people tend to forget negative thoughts faster than positive thoughts. We are more likely to forget distraction and relatively neutral experiences, making us think that positive experiences are more positive. Just like a video store, they keep both good and bad movies from the present, but only the good movies from the past. Other explanation is that we view the memories to match the idealized version of ourselves. Because why wouldn't we want to believe that we are smart, beautiful, and somehow a good driver? We generally have a positive self-image, which is why many people overestimate themselves. They view themselves as someone that is more social, caring, or successful than they actually are, hence making the memories to look more positive. It also takes less to impress us in the past, since we have little experiences or benchmarks as a kid. Just like judges see an average performance, they would give a high rating if it was the first of its kind to perform, but would later give lower rating to the former performance if someone performs better. We also focus more on losses than gains. Getting one negative comments on social media is much more damaging than getting 10 good compliments. Rosy retrospection can help you to feel better about the past. This can be beneficial in the long term because forgetting bad details can give us confidence to how we perceive ourselves. Being aware of the fact that we tend to view the past in a rosy manner can help us to try activities that we normally wouldn't try, because we know we'd have a rosy view of it when it's over. This encourages positive risk-taking behavior and would help to create happy memories. However, the rosy view can make people see their mistakes as something positive, creating blind spots in spotting their mistakes, which can hinder learning from them. Rosy retrospection can also make people see bad experiences as something neutral or positive, which can put them in the same bad situation, like being in a toxic or abusive relationship. One of the biggest causes of declinism is rosy retrospection, where people see the past as something unrealistically beautiful. It makes the present seem worse, leading people to think everything is in decline. Pessimism bias also plays a role in the belief, where people expect more negative things and underestimate the likelihood of positive things to happen. Confirmation bias is like adding gasoline to the fire, which causes people to search for information and interpret them to confirm their already established beliefs. So, if older people believe that their generation was better than today's youth, they cherry pick evidence that supports their belief that the older generation was better, even when they can be completely biased. Declinist belief can be correct, like the decline of the Rome and Mayan Empire. This can help people to prepare for the decline and is beneficial and it ensures survival. Declinism can be seen as defensive pessimism, which can help people in risky situations. However, people can adopt a pessimistic view of the world if they believe deeply in declinism, and it's harmful especially when the fear of the future is unrealistic and has a low probability to happen. Prolonged negative and pessimistic view of the future can take a toll on the physical and emotional well-being of the believers. So how do we deal with them? We know that rosy retrospection can be beneficial and harmful at the same time. So, if you know that it helps you to be more confident or cope with loneliness, you can use it by focusing on the positive parts of the events. But if you think that it is harmful, you can try to reduce it by looking at evidence and remembering the negative and neutral parts of the experience. If you want to remember the situation that you're currently having, try to remember the negative and neutral parts of it, and you can document your thoughts and feelings of the current situations by writing about it in your journal. Declinism, on the other hand, can be reduced if you know that the situation has a low probability to happen or happens in your head in an unrealistic manner. You can try to identify this by thinking about it in a rational manner and use debiasing techniques by taking a lot of information, especially the one that contradicts your beliefs, and view them in a critical manner as best as you can. You have to reduce declinism if it doesn't benefit you. If it helps you to prepare for the future, then you can use it. But if it doesn't and makes you feel worse and anxious, then it's best to reduce it. Debiasing techniques are a good way to disprove your beliefs in declinism. Our memories are always distorted to the idealized version of what we want them to be. We don't remember the hurt and pain before or after the events we're remembering. We don't remember the actual memory of the past, but instead, our emotional state of the past. A healthy amount of nostalgia can help people to counteract depression, where they tend to speak lovingly of the past, and in turn, making them feel more hopeful of the future. It gives meaning to the past experiences and making us feel valued, which is crucial for our existence. Life as kids are less stressful, no bills to pay and no work, so it seems more fun, but it has its downside. No freedom to choose and you can't do everything you want. Both rosy retrospection and declinism have their own benefits and harms, and one way to really use them is by thinking rationally to make these beliefs and biases work for you. Sure, it feels good to indulge and think about the past in a romantic manner, wrapped in the cozy and fuzzy memories of the past. But don't trap yourself in the deception. Jimmy knows this all too well. He knows people that are stuck to the past that have now become depressed. So he tries to do the best he can for his future and try to stay present in the moment.